Welcome to the Learning Speaking English channel. Today, I want to share a story with you. A story about food, about small moments, and about how life itself can teach us English. This is not going to be a textbook lesson. It's a story about things we all experience. Mornings, snacks, simple meals, mistakes, and little joys, and how language lives in these moments. I remember one morning, just like any other, waking up feeling tired and a little lazy. My bed was so comfortable that I almost didn't want to move. But then, a smell caught my attention. It was warm, fresh, and delicious. My stomach growled before my brain had even woken up. I smiled because I knew breakfast was going to be amazing. Even though I didn't know exactly what it was yet, I stretched, rubbed my eyes, and thought, "What's for breakfast today?" That simple question felt like the start of a story I wanted to live. I walked into the kitchen and saw toast popping up from the toaster, a coffee machine softly hissing, and fresh fruit on the table. I reached for a piece of toast and took a bite, savoring the warmth and crunch. In that moment, I realized something: learning English doesn't need a classroom. It's in these little experiences. I said quietly to myself, I woke up to the smell of fresh toast and coffee. It's a simple sentence, but it naturally uses past tense and description. And the best part? I felt like I was already speaking English without even trying. Food has always connected me to memories. When I was younger, weekends felt magical because of small breakfast routines. Sometimes we would make pancakes together. Sometimes we'd just have cereal and fruit. One morning, I spilled milk all over the counter while trying to pour it into a bowl. I remember laughing so hard that my sister spilled her cereal too. I said, "Oops, I made a mess again." That tiny sentence teaches something. Mistakes are okay, and you can laugh while learning. Everyone can relate to spilling milk, burning toast, or dropping a plate. These are moments that make life and English real. I also remember trying to cook something for the first time. I decided to make scrambled eggs, thinking it would be easy. But I didn't realize how fast eggs cook. Within seconds, they were overcooked. I stared at them, thinking, well, this doesn't look like the picture online. I tasted it anyway, and it was not great. I laughed and said, "Not perfect, but edible." That moment taught me two things. First, don't fear mistakes, and second, every little mistake is a story you can tell in English. You could say, I tried to cook eggs for the first time, and they didn't turn out well, but I still ate them. That's past tense, storytelling, and humor all in one. Food also takes me to small adventures. One afternoon, I went out to a cafe I had never tried before. I ordered a sandwich with avocado and some freshly baked bread. I didn't know exactly what to expect, but when it arrived, it smelled amazing. I took a bite and said, quietly, "This is really good." I wanted to describe it more. So I tried. The bread is soft, the avocado is creamy, and the flavors work perfectly together. Even if you are a beginner, noticing details like taste, smell, texture, and describing them in simple English is a fantastic way to practice. There are also funny travel memories connected to food. I remember trying a small pastry from a bakery in another city. I wasn't sure what it was called, and I didn't know how to pronounce it. But I took a bite and it was delicious. I said, "I don't know the name, but it tastes amazing." That sentence is simple, but it expresses curiosity, surprise, and joy. Everyone around the world has had moments when they try something new and don't know the words, and that's perfect English practice. Even ordinary moments at home are full of English practice. One afternoon, I opened my fridge and decided to make a quick sandwich. I had bread, cheese, lettuce, and some sauce. I layered everything carefully and then the sauce squirted out too much. I laughed and said, "Well, that's messy." I thought about it and said, "Sometimes messy things are still fun." That sentence uses a simple present tense, but it's powerful because it expresses feeling and observation. Every small incident like this, spilling, burning, dropping, tasting something new, is a chance to describe life in English. Food also teaches patience and sharing. I remember a day when friends came over and we were making snacks together. We argued about who would slice the vegetables and who would mix the sauce. At first, it was chaotic, but then we laughed and shared responsibilities. I said, "We worked together, and it turned out great." That is past tense, teamwork, and positivity, all in one simple sentence. Everyone watching this can relate. Working in a kitchen with friends or family is a universal experience. Sometimes, I just sit with a cup of coffee or tea and think about small moments from my week. I say to myself, "Today, I tried something new. Today, I laughed at my mistakes. Today, I enjoyed my meal." Even these simple sentences are practice. They use past tense, observation, and reflection. Every day, life gives us sentences we can speak in English if we notice them. The most important lesson I learned is this: English is everywhere. In small breakfast routines, in funny mistakes, in new experiences, in sharing meals with friends, and in noticing little details. And mistakes? They are just part of the story. You don't need perfect grammar to speak English. You need stories, experiences, and the willingness to express them. Every sentence you say, every story you share, is a step forward. So here's a simple tip. Tonight, when you eat, describe what you are eating. Think about the taste, the smell, the texture, and your feelings. Or describe a moment when you tried something new, made a small mistake, or shared food with someone. These tiny observations are powerful. They are stories and they are English practice all at the same time. Looking back, I realize that food has been my teacher. It has given me stories to tell, moments to express, and sentences to practice. It has taught me patience, observation, and reflection. And the best part? You can do the same anywhere in the world. You don't need a classroom. You just need to notice, speak, and enjoy the little things. If you enjoyed this story and learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. And most importantly, subscribe to the Learning Speaking English channel for more engaging, relatable, and fun lessons through real-life stories. Remember, learning English is like enjoying your favorite meal. The more you taste, the more you grow. Keep noticing, keep practicing, and keep enjoying the process.